Okay, so this is going to be my attempt at a tutorial for this model here. I'm going to start out by sketching this in a 2D plane. I'm then going to extrude it to half of 76. I'm going to cut out these. I'm going to make the circle here, I'm going to mirror it, and that should give me the final model. So let's start out by sketching this, which isn't a nice geometry because it doesn't give me, it would be nice if it gave me the length from this point to this point, but it doesn't. Instead it gives me the length of 81 from the top to the bottom. So see, first if I make this 75-degree angle, get a line 75, and then let's extrude this out this way. That should be fine. Now here I'm going to make this 29-degree angle. So, but it's snapping to straight instead of snapping to here. What I can do is, this is 105 degrees. So if I go back to angle and do 105 minus 29, that then gives me a nice 29-degree angle between those two planes. I can now go in and fillet this, that's not 20, to 7. Now I want to make the line at the bottom, which should be 81mm down. So select line from here, and let's do 81 minus 7, which is the radius of this. And snap that there. So, where's fillet? Oh no, trim first. Trim that, make it look a bit tidy. Fillet this, and this should be 7 yet. Now I can make this 70mm extrusion on the bottom. So we're going to do the same as before. 70 minus 7, which is the radius. And I can extrude this down because I'm just going to use it to snap from this. There we go. Trim. This is the rough, or this is the hard part over. Now I've done the outside here, so there's one more bit, which is this angle, or this length, which is 47. So you can see it's the two parallel lines. So this is going to be 40, and snap it so it intersects that line. Now this should give me from the top of this to there as 47. So I can trim the ugly bits. And from the end of here out, that should be 23mm. 23. Now this goes up 9. However, this is the outside, so it's going to be the inside. So I'm going to have to go in another 3mm because that is the length of that little section. Now I can go up 9, in 3, down 6, and back across to there. Okay, now I can simply use the offset tool, offset this as -3. Close that up and close this up. Make sure, yeah, that's not overlapping. And why isn't this? There we go. Just double check this dimension, which is 23, which is what it should be. Trim up the ugly bit and fill it again. So this should be 2255. 2, 2. In fact, has that worked? I think that's worked. Just double check it. Yep, 2. So now I can fillet this one, which should be 5, and this one, which should also be 5. And that should be the complete sketch of this. I can extrude that by half of 76, which would be 38. And I can now move on to one of these cutouts. So I'm going to start with this one, as it's the highest up. Sketch on this. Now you can see 38 from side to side, so half of 38, which would be 19. And then it gives us an angle of 60 degrees, which would be 30 from there, so 60 here. Now it doesn't give us a dimension on the inside, however, it should be 20, because this is 23. Oh, should it? No, it should be 17, because it's minus 3 from here and minus 3 from there. Should it be? Hold on, I'm confusing myself here. Yes, 20, because we're not minusing this bit here, we're only minusing from here. So 20 there, move that over to snap, and I can finish the sketch. Select both of these, extrude, let's just go down. Perfect. Let's hide these sketches. Now we've got a radius of 4 here, so let's just do 4. Now we can move on to the lower cutout. So from here it gives us 50, so halve that to get 25, and then move in, that's 62 degrees. Hold on, this is messing with my brain here a bit. So would 60, I think 62 degrees here should give us the right angle. And then it goes in 32. 32. Which really does not look right. So I've messed something up. Well, it's got to be that angle. Oh, now it's doing it from there. So 62, that will be 31 from there, which will also be 31 from there. So this is 31 degrees. That looks a lot better. Now let's go in again 32. Maybe not have it snap randomly. 32. And finish that off. Extrude this downwards. And now the radius here, that is 4 again. Press pull, 4, enter. We've got a radius of 8 on the side. And we've got a radius of 4 here. Right, now I've just got the 16 diameter circle, which is centered on the back. So because it's not going to want to snap to this end point, I can do a line going all the way back, have this as 70, and this will give us, if it doesn't snap again, all the way back 70. There we go. And then move that up, and yeah, that snapped to 38. So make a circle, 16mm diameter. Let's auto select this bit. Maybe it doesn't want to. There we go. Extrude, and let's do symmetric. just so it gets all of that instead of having to extrude it again later. This should be the finished model, I think, unless I've missed something, which I probably have. So mirror this on this face. That should be good. Now I can go to physical material, get ABS ready, make sure it's the right mass, which it is. And what does this give me? 44.594. Which is, please be correct. There we go.